Hello everybody, this is Ben.
And I'm Dominic.
Okay, and today we want to share with you initiative that we have thought about. The idea was to create a 10 episode series that we will talk about our journey in paintball.
Yep.
Right, basically not really just our journey, it's just like an insight about what we have done to come to this stage where we are.
Yep.
And then hopefully at the same time to share with more people about what they can do, as at the same time taking reference of what we have done. And it will be a total of 10 episodes.
Yep.
So today is the first time that we're doing it. What do we call this program?
I named it
Let's Talk Paintball.
Yeah, Let's Talk Paintball.
Yeah, you almost forgot.
With Ben.
Yeah. Let's Talk Paintball with Dom. Okay, so that is our program, the name of our program. And there'll be it's a 10 episode series. So today,
so season 1.
Yeah, season 1. Today is like the first episode.
Season 1, episode 1.
Season 1, episode 1.
Yeah,
that's how you do it.
So
right?
season 1 is called My Paintball Journey.
My Paintball Journey.
Yeah.
Episode 1. And the title is
How I Started Playing Paintball.
How I Started Playing Paintball. Okay, so let's start, right? So Dom, how do you started playing paintball?
Well, I started playing paintball.
Yeah.
How I started playing paintball was with my brother-in-law actually. My brother-in-law had already a team and he was already playing with his friends, and he invited me. So I said, sure, let's play.
So was it like speedball?
No, it was recreational. I was using rental masks. Everything was rental. I didn't have any gear with me.
And
I just showed up with jeans.
And I heard your first tournament, your first paintball experience was a really overseas experience.
No.
Or locally?
Locally, yeah.
Which paintball center?
It was actually Red Dynasty.
Oh, Red Dynasty. Woohoo!
Yeah.
I made some money off this guy.
Yes.
And then
it was at the Jurong branch.
The Jurong branch?
Yes, it was at the Jurong branch.
Yeah, so we used to have a Jurong branch. It is one of the longest branch ever in terms of size, right? You can shoot from one end to the other end. By the time you reach the other end, it's probably like what, 15 minutes already. So how was the experience? He chose you for the game.
Yeah.
And then what happened?
So yeah, we're always looking for more players to play with, bigger group, more fun, right?
Okay.
So yeah.
How many people went?
Not that many actually. I think about 10. We made it 5v5, something like that.
Okay.
Yeah. I remember someone was late also.
Okay.
It was a bit slow.
Okay. And those days you haven't started working with us, right?
Yeah. Haven't started working.
So what were you doing at that point?
At that time I was with the advertising company.
Okay.
Yeah, I was working with the advertising company, and so it's just for fun. Didn't know anything about paintball. Didn't know anyone as any
Not even a
speedballers.
single soul, right?
Yeah, not
Okay.
a single soul. First time playing, totally recreational. No idea of anything.
Did you by any chance have this spider sense that you might one day be working with a paintball company? Did it ever like occur to you?
No,
Never.
not at that stage. Not at that stage.
Never, I don't think so. Right?
Yeah, it was just
Like,
fun. I
yeah.
just want to play.
So then that was your first experience. And was it brother-in-law?
Yeah.
Did he continue playing the game?
Yes and no. We did play another maybe 2 or 3 games after that, but then they kind of died down and they stopped playing. And I wanted to continue playing, and that's how the story goes on.
Yeah, I think that this experience can occur to many players, in a sense that somebody might along the way, could be a family member, a friend, who brought us into the game. We started playing the game, and then we continue to play the game.
Yeah.
Whereas they just fall one by one.
Yeah.
So that's where we end up. And
Tell us your story as well. How did you
yeah,
start
I
playing?
wanted to ask him more questions, but okay.
No,
So how I started playing paintball. My very first paintball game was actually in Australia. So I was studying in Sydney. And then one day I was having lunch, and then someone came along and said, "Hey, I have this paintball coupon that they want to sell to me for a good deal," which I later know, like today I know, or which I later know once I'm in the industry, that is actually a kind of like a scam. So they sell me this ticket, telling me that okay, if you bring this ticket to the field, you get a free field pass, and then you get a free air pass.
It's a marketing gimmick.
Yeah, it's a marketing gimmick. So I paid for this 20-30 tickets. And then as soon as I got the ticket, I went to my community of Singaporeans and Malaysians
Right.
who are overseas students
In Sydney.
in Sydney who are also overseas students,
Yeah.
and say, hey, why not let's go for a paintball game? So I started organizing, and then it was a pretty good experience. I can remember, we put on our camouflage uniform, and I can still remember my cousin came with me as well because he was studying in Sydney.
Right.
And then because my cousin is a commando, so he was a bit gung ho.
Trying to lead the
Yeah,
team.
so he wanted to lead the team, and then there was this, and then we basically played out of the boundary. There was this boundary that we were supposed to play in,
Right.
but me and my cousin took the gun, and it was a Timbern 98. So we went to this place called Pete's Paintball. It's in
Right.
Australia. So
Which is still around,
which is still around. I think
Yeah.
it's in somewhere in Mount White. So we went there, and then my cousin brought me out of the boundary. We went one big round, and then we came right behind where our opponents were, and then we started like two of us like all behind them, and then we were like doing kamikaze, like shooting them all at the back. So I remember we had to climb a hill. So that it wasn't easy. We had to like make a big round turn. So that was my first experience. And in fact, a couple of years ago, when I was playing in Australia, Sydney Super Sevens, I happened to meet Pete, the owner of the paintball field. So I went up to him, shook his hand, and then of course, having at the same as you, never realized that you were actually going to be part of this industry. I shook his hand and I said, hey, thank you, mate, for introducing me to this game in a way, because I went to his field. Because if not for him, then we won't be where we are today. At the same time, we won't be doing this show as well.
Yeah.
So that was my whole entire paintball experience. So did you remember what happened in the game, like your first paintball game? I'm sure everybody remember their first paintball game, right? That's usually the lead up. Like you go and play, then you don't know what's going on, you get a gun, and then suddenly you do something, and then you definitely remember something about your game. So tell us about your experience.
What I remember was I was very tired. I was definitely out of
Was
breath.
it the first game?
Yeah, first game.
I haven't started tired.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And I later realized that I was actually holding my breath. In the game, like once the game on, then you're so tense and your adrenaline is rushing that I'm just holding my breath and going through the entire game, like breathing like short breath and not even like properly breathing. Already with the mask and with the adrenaline, you're already like hyperventilating and you're trying to run around and without breathing like that. I was so exhausted. I was like
so it was basically a tiring experience for you.
Totally.
But what about any gung ho act that you've done? Like me and my cousin going around the field.
On the Jurong field, the right side had quite a lot of trees.
Yes.
So I actually tried to bash through. Yeah, bash in the tree to try to flank, but it was really thick, so I didn't really get through much. And then I managed, I think, to shoot one or two players, but then after that, they started shooting me and there was not enough cover, and then I got shot up.
For those who didn't know, we purposely left the weeds uncut. So some of the weed can grow all the way up to like waist level, and then we just left it there like a portion of it.
Yeah.
So I believe those were the areas that you were in. So how many years was that already for you?
Oh, how many years? It was 7, I think.
7 years.
Yeah.
Okay, for me, I think it's maybe at least 20 years, at least 19 years ago, at least 20 to 19 years ago. Yeah, and also I believe everyone out there would definitely have this first time experience that you have played, and then something that you can remember by, and therefore you are where you are today, still playing the game, or maybe not playing anymore. But I just want to share with everyone, like the usual first experience that you get from playing paintball is generally a friend who normally will call you along, or either you try to organize the game by yourself.
Yeah.
And then I would say maybe about 90%, almost 100%, maybe 90% of them, maybe 100 is a bit off. 90% of them, or 99% of them would have played the game through having your first game being done in a recreational way. So it's like recreational game where you either go into the woods, you call it woods ball, or you play in an urban field. Most of the time it's tires and whatnot.
Big walls,
oil drum, behind a mouth field, right? So that's what most of the people will experience, and then from there on they will like the game and they will continue to play. So any tips for first timers? Anybody else who wants to pick up the game? You know, where should they go? What can they do? What can they expect and things like that?
For total first timer, not playing the game for at all, I would say just give it a try. Just give it a try. Don't pick a nice clean mask if possible, and just shoot as much as possible. I think a lot of times we try to relate it to a real gun and a real scenario where you don't have so many bullets, you don't shoot so much.
Conserve, right?
Yeah, you conserve.
I'm sure we like all
you only
conserve,
shoot like
yeah.
5-10 bullets in a game
Yeah.
when you're given like 100 or even more than that. So just spend half as much of your time, have as much fun as
Yeah.
you like, and shoot as much paintballs, because that's fun.
Yeah, I think one advice that I can give is paintball is basically a shooting game. So just go out, enjoy yourself. Really have no expectation of how the game will turn out. Because I think the more you have some expectation of how you want to play the game, it basically spoils the game if your expectations are too high or too low. But if you go in with an open mind,
Yeah.
you know, given a paintball marker, take the gun, and then try to spam if you can. Or even if you want to be a sharpshooter, make sure you find a good corner and you hide there. And then sometimes you can see people just running past you and you take a shot at them. I think these are
I
the
don't think that's very fun though.
these are the war stories. I mean, it depends, right?
Yeah.
We nowadays where a lot of people, like most of the people are playing mobile games like PUBG, Counter Strike, where we have different roles. Some are I don't know, they are attackers. Some guys like to sit at the back. I think it still gives people a different kind of experience. I mean, like for us, we chong lah, right? So that's why you're tired. I go around the hill.
Yeah.
But can you imagine, like, if there's a sniper guy and he says that throughout the whole entire game he never gets shot, but he shot like 30 persons. I mean, it can be a pretty good experience, right? Too, right? So yeah. Anything else to add for anyone out there? No? Okay, so I guess that's the end of our first episode, and that is introduction to paintball, just to try to get yourself started in the game, at the same time to share with everyone some experience about how we started the game. So what is your experience? Share with us online, you know, let us know, put your comments on Facebook, and then if you have a photo of you playing your very first game, you know, post it on Facebook, and hopefully everyone can share their experiences with us. Okay, this is Ben logging off now.
This is Dom. Thank you for watching.
Alright, so see you in episode 2. Bye bye.